Hello, my name is Tori, and it's been a really intense weekend, and today's been a busy day too. I was talking to my friend Michael Jackson, who's down in Agartha, and made a video about the details of his murder. And about maybe 20, 30 minutes or so after I finished with that, Bobbi Kristina called and said that she wanted to give me a message to you. And so she wanted you to know what happened to her. And she gave, I just spoke with her. She's just a lovely, I love Whitney Houston. And her daughter, Bobbi, is just such a lovely soul. She's so beautiful. She is, well, the first thing I asked her was if she was going to be born in Agartha with everybody else. Because everybody that was murdered in Hollywood, there's everybody. There's Michael Hastings from Rolling Stone magazine, Michael Jackson, Whitney Houston, Paul Walker, Robin Williams. There's a whole slew of people in Hollywood that were murdered by the same man, a serial assassin named John Brennan. Okay. And a lot of them want to rejoin their family, so they chose another. Like Sylvia Brown too. Everybody's going to Agartha. It's like the hottest thing because why? Because they all want to rejoin their families here. The inner Earth is about to be reunited with surface dwellers, Earthian surface dwellers. That's what they call us. And but Bobbi is such a wonderful soul, and I would like to tell you. I want to make this video right away to tell you what she told me to tell you. And it was just a delight because I talked to her before, but it was what really confused me about Bobbi was because she went into a coma. Okay, well, her soul came and visited me, and we had a lovely conversation. But that was a while ago. That was about her mother. But that was she, and I got confused because then I saw on TV she was in a coma, and I forgot that if we're in a coma, we're rarely in our bodies. Usually, people in a coma are on the other side in heaven. So you got to talk to them and be like, "Hey, I'm here. Wake up." But they're usually not in their body, so you have to talk to them and they're in heaven. Then you can reach them. But I asked Bobbi, I said, "Oh, are you going to rejoin your mother in the garden?" She said, "No, not now. I'm still healing from being murdered." And of course, unfortunately for me, I know the man who murdered her, male. I'm sorry, he's not really a man, he's a male. Serial assassin named John Brennan, who's, as of this day, December 7th, has murdered 1,056 people, but most of those people are children, and he's part of a child trafficking operation. Actually, he does a lot. He's just, let's not focus on him. Let's focus on Bobbi. And Bobbi Kristina, Whitney Houston, and Bobby Brown's daughter was murdered with a stun gun, the same stun gun they used to kill her mother, and same stun gun they used to kill Michael Jackson. Same gun. It's the same gun they used to kill. And John Brennan put the same gun in my head, my neck. I'm sorry, right at the base of my head, 13 times. It was horrible. And she was in a bathtub, which is very symbolic about water because they love to kill women in water. For some reason, I forget what the Illuminati, they have all these like rules of the Satanists and Luciferians. And oh, by the way, Satan and Lucifer were arrested in September 2013, so they're not coming back. I mean, none of those 1738 Dracos are coming back. And the man who murdered Bobbi Kristina is related to these Dracos. He's a reptilian. There's a lot of reptilians. In fact, the whole source of control on this planet has been under reptilian control for quite a while. Ever since the Anunnaki left, and then Bush and Cheney pulled off 9/11 because that was their ace in the hole. That's when they were supposed to declare martial law and the New World Order was supposed to begin, but things have been really screwed up, and actually all the humans on the surface of this world would be dead if it weren't for divine intervention. Okay, I'm sorry, back to Bobbi. Quote unquote, Bobbi wanted me to tell you, quote unquote, "I want to say that my father was not responsible. And he was under the same energy weapons that killed Michael, that killed my mom, and that killed my mother in the same way. Oh no, he killed me in the same way." I'm sorry, because I was writing so fast, because a lot of times, these reptilians come into my home, and then they start using the energy weapons on me, and, it just blocks the people from heaven. So let me say that again. "I want to say that my father was not responsible for my death." And she was telling me that he was under a lot of, the CIA has so many weapons that they use on people, and they call it mind control. They have weapons to excite our hormones and our adrenal glands and all this stuff. If you can imagine a weapon, they have it. And what they did was they wanted Whitney Houston for an ultimate human sacrifice. So they started working on Bobbi first. And they started using all these energy weapons on him. And then, you know, they have ways to excite you. And then that's how they got them both, Bobbi and Whitney, into the drugs. And once you get those drugs into your system, you're defenseless. And, of course, they didn't know that. But they can also kill you if you're not on drugs. It just makes it a lot easier. That's why once they got her father on the drugs, then he was much easier to control. But the father of Bobbi Kristina was not responsible for her death. Of course, it was, you know, serial assassin John Brennan. They hit her with a stun gun in the heart while she was, you know, in the bathtub. And oh, because she said, yeah, the same weapons that, because it kind of, I think I wrote that down wrong. She was talking about her father. He was under the same weapons and influence as y'all. That's what she said, as y'all, which I loved. I love that word. But what was really important was she's in a state of healing now. She's going to the Hall of Healing. I'm sure the Hall of Meditation. I didn't ask her, but I know she's going to the Hall of Healing, which is a wonderful place. There's 18 halls and temples on the other side in heaven, which is actually just 3 feet up. And anyone that has 51% or sacred light or more, you can actually do a meditation. You can do outer body bilocation. So if you love Bobbi Kristina and you have enough sacred light, you can go to heaven and visit her. But then I would recommend a Hall of Reconnection, because then it would just be the two of you. Both of your souls will go in there and you can chat about anything you want. Okay. And she says, quote unquote, I won't mention my friends and family's names here to, you know, say thank you, I love you, I miss you, I want to be back with you, because you'll be targeted. So Bobbi didn't want to tell me any of her friends' names or whatever, or family members. She didn't want to tell me anything about them, because if I would broadcast that here, they would instantly be targeted. And she said, and you know who you are. So I like that, because, you know, she knows that you love her very much, and she knows who you are. I had a very special man. This is her, not me. I had a very special man who loved me. And will you please tell him that I will always love you? I'm fine. I'm still healing. And I love you so much, but I want you to go on with your life. I love all of you so much. Signed, Bobbi Kristina, which is really nice, because, you know, I never met Bobbi, you know, until, well, I spoke to her a couple months ago, like I said, when she was in a coma. But, you know, until I see her today, I really don't, I love Whitney. Now, Whitney and I have a very long relationship. Very long, you know, because we're both murdered by the same man. You know, he raped me 7 times and tried to kill me 13 times. And I was actually out of my body, and Mother God came down and said, no, heaven's not ready for you yet. It's not time for you to go back into your body. Well, I think it's because, you know, I've been fighting child traffickers. Actually, the same group of people that killed Whitney and had Bobbi Brown under all this horrible energy weapons and mind control and all this other stuff. That same man that killed Bobbi Kristina, those are the people I've been fighting every single day, and we're month 48. They run a major child trafficking operation called My Lab Child Trafficking Operations, run by DARPA and the CIA, and owned by the Bush family. But to all you that love Bobbi Kristina, she wants you to know she's coming down and visiting you in spirit, and she loves you very much, and so do I. Take care. Thank you.